Okay, thanks everyone. Appreciate you jumping on here. It's Wednesday, August 9th, which is absolutely ridiculous in my mind how quick summer has been going, especially as a Canadian, when before you know it, it's going to be 30 below and we're going to be snowmobiling across 3 or 4 foot of ice, which I love to do. But many people would find that to be a crazy thing. But I love winter as much as I do summer. How about you, Nancy?
I just took the heated mattress covers off of the beds in the guest cabin, so it can't get cold for at least a month or so because
Exactly.
I just put them away.
Yeah. So why we want to say that to all of you is that we're up in Winnipeg, Manitoba, Canada. Tonight we're in Kenora, Ontario, which is where our lake home is. We do spend winters here back and forth. So different times we'll probably get together depending on who's hosting. Sharon from Lake of the Woods. So tonight we're from Lake of the Woods. Folks, we're excited. This has been an incredible launch so far for Collect Direct. It's been a work in progress since approximately January 2023 when we started. And it seems like we've been coming on a regular basis since then saying, you know, it's almost here, it's almost here. And then August 1st, it was here. And for many of you, what that means is go time. Now, for others, it's let me do some research. Let me just see and dip my toes and I'll be ready when I'm ready. And that's fine. There is no risk here for any of you to be purged out of our system that were part of our early bird system for a while, right? I mean, we physically are looking at about 90 days before we will let people fully get engaged when they see the retail site and so on. So for those of you that are wondering what Collect Direct is, let me just say this. It's amazing. It's a company that had a vision in 1998 of going into the collectible industry. And our CEO and owner, Dave Jordan, had this vision. And here it is, all these years later, 40 years of him collecting and putting these incredible products into now 3 warehouses, and eventually getting to the point where he decided to launch this company. He's been mining it. And some of our videos on YouTube share that and explain that to all of you. But mining and what that means is an interesting conversation, right? It's to say to somebody, you know what, let's look at each item, let's figure out what it could be estimated worth, and let's come up with the values that we want to embed into our system. So each one of the items, currently over 7,000 items on our shopping cart presentation, have a value associated to them that will fit into our compensation plan. Not only from an instant value, which means if somebody was to buy a $29 item, you would make $5 US. And by the way, there are a couple of things that I'll touch on tonight about things that'll be added to our website. For example, making sure everybody does know that you're paid in US dollars, that it is US dollars that you're buying things in. All of that sort of stuff is happening as we speak. Let me just continue this mute action here. And so when I say that to all of you, and I see one gentleman's face there first and foremost on the screen, I'm surprised. So see if I can go to a view that actually allows us to either do a gallery and spread it around. Let's do it that way. Yeah. So, you know, when you look at $5 on $29.95, we will have $2.98 items on there that might pay you 50 cents. That's the first payout. I'm going to touch on that tonight. But then volume gets thrown into the tree. And some folks have been having a little bit of difficulty. That's why we created the videos. Those videos will all show up in your back office at some point later in August, so that when we're ready to go, you can really tune in to all your new people on how it all works. Tonight, I'll explain it a little bit, but we're looking at every item having a value either inside our compensation plan or for immediate payout to you in what we would call a retail reward. Now, with that said, your cost to start here is only $9.98 once a year. And that's a yearly membership. And membership, of course, has its privileges. You're out of the gate going to get a collectdirect.com website with your username attached to it. A username is unique to you. If it's available, you can have that site as your own. It's your piece of real estate. What's interesting about that is that username attaches the shopping cart to your bank account. And you do that in the way you choose. You'll figure out how you want your payments to go to you. It can eventually be a direct deposit, or it'll be through the different systems we'll have loaded in there prior to the 17th of August, when our first payday is on the 17th of August. We pay every Thursday from the following efforts you make from the following week to a Thursday. We pay weekly payments, and then we have monthly payouts. And our compensation plan is very diverse. So what our excitement level is truly is this. We want to help more people if they choose. And again, no guarantee you'll make a penny here, but we'd like to have more people make some money more often. That's it. That's the philosophy of Collect Direct. And we're doing that for the first time in a category creating company that has never, ever been done before. The collectible industry brought to the world home-based business market through the network marketing platform. Now, network marketing, for those of you that aren't quite sure, is like a royalty, so to speak. Your effort can pay you over and over and over again. And the best analogy I ever heard was like if you were Elvis and look at what happened to Elvis' estate and the payouts that happened to his estate even after he passed on. They went up and up and up. But every time his song gets used in something, a little piece of that gets paid to the estate. It happens regularly in movies, in books, and stories. I mean, we've just heard recently a song went on the radio, and it's a country song now, but it was done originally by a young gal who played the guitar and sang. Well, the person that make that song today, sure, people love it, but that original artist got paid, we've heard now, over $1 million in royalties from that song coming back. Why am I sharing that to you? Because that's what network marketing can do for you. If you get a network of people that understand the point, click, and share concept, you could get paid over and over and over again as a result of their efforts. And we like to call that 24/7, 365 days a year. You have an opportunity, if you choose, in all these different time zones that this company opens up in, to set up your own representatives. And those representatives have the same opportunity as you to actually point, click, and share the products in our website. And if people buy, they'll get paid. But a little piece of that, right, the royalty from your efforts of introducing them, can roll up to you in our compensation plan. So that's how it generally works. And what we want to do is bring on a corporate partner that is really working his tail off here to let me ask a couple questions of him. And then we're going to go into a couple of announcements that Dave wants to make. So first of all, Ben, if you don't mind coming off mute and jumping on, just make sure you're live here so you can jump on with me. Ben, are you there?
Yeah, how are you tonight, Don?
Awesome. Well, listen, first of all, thank you so much for doing this. I know you're not the type of person that says, hey, I can just jump in front of a crowd, but you're so knowledgeable, and the team here doesn't really know who you are yet. But I want the folks to know, what kind of progress is being made. On August 1st, we launched, and this company now is shipping out product. There's many on this Zoom tonight that actually have already got their sample packages, by the way, Ben, and there's others that'll be waiting. One of the questions that comes up often now is, the notifications that'll happen as a result of a new member or a new order that was placed or an order that's actually been shipped. Can you give these folks just some quick feedback on how the progress is happening, what they should start expecting going forward? Because we're all part of the launch here in the month of August.
Yeah. So again, we do apologize that there was that slight technical delay with getting those notifications out right away. Hopefully we have that resolved here and you start seeing emails about orders being shipped tomorrow. Now, that being said, there are orders that are already shipping, but we do want to make sure that you get the notification so that you can, because some people need to check their post office, make sure, so we want to make sure people know that they're coming.
So Ben, we want to just touch a little bit on the signing for the goods part of this program. There's one of the things that we learned really early is because this box has got some intrinsic value to it. Of course, we're not guaranteeing it's going to go up or down, but the point is there could be a fraud opportunity here. So we wanted to avoid that for you. And we are now starting the process where you've got to sign for the package. Could you explain the philosophy on that?
Yes. So, and there is, that is for our policy is that we're sending these packages signature required for anything with a value, for anything with a Collect Direct value over $260.
So when we get to the shopping experience and somebody buys a $50 item, they won't have to have the sign at the end of the line.
No, it's for the higher value items. Just because we do realize, for a $50 item, if you have to make sure you're at home or go into the post office, we didn't want to inconvenience people with that. But for anything over that amount, it protects us and it protects the distributors, because then they're much more likely to actually receive it. If you have to sign for it, the letter carrier isn't going to leave it by the side of your house when it's raining or for porch pirates.
Perfect. So now Dave wanted me to mention that, this is a work in progress, and he hired 3 more people today on the customer service side and the internal side of the company. I mean, folks, Dave is putting the dream team together to ramp this up to the promised land. I hate to say it maybe that way, but we expect this to grow very quickly once our customer platform opens up. Ben, you've been here from the ground floor. You know Dave's passion. You know who he is. This guy is like a kid in a candy store every day when he's loading, but he's also somebody that gets what needs to be done here, isn't he?
Well, and Dave's not the only person like that in the company. He actually had to have a conversation with another employee last week about, look, I know you enjoy work, but you do need to spend some time away from work every now and then, because there's other employees too that are just so excited to be in here working with the collectibles every day that they're like, hey, no, 10 hours? No, not a problem.
Well, you mean he's got to unplug some of you guys as well as unplug himself?
Yes.
That's
He's
amazing.
not the only person that has having a little too much fun and, there was an employee that Dave needed to remind him, look, your family would probably like to see you too.
Well, that's all of you will get to know Dave over the years. And I can promise you this, he is definitely a man that knows family's importance, and he wants all of you to enjoy the family. And these gifts that you're getting, some of them down the road here, I mean, many of you will share that with your family, and it'll be one big family affair. Let's touch on the credit card situation in terms of some folks saying, hey, I can't enter it a second time. One of the things we've noticed recently, Ben, is that if the first and last name on the account is different than the card name, you might have an issue. Can you touch on that a little?
Yes, well, and that's something we're working with our bank to get resolved. So like, for instance, I go by Ben, I enter it in everywhere. My card says Benjamin. That's not an uncommon situation. So we are working to get this on as quick as possible, because that is an issue where we're working with the bank to resolve.
The biggest thing to say, though, everybody, is it's fraud protection, so that nobody can copy you in particular. So we do have a very strong fraud protection, but in business, we do recognize that at times we're going to have to do something to make it just a little bit easier. And Ben, you guys are working on that feverishly, aren't you?
Yeah, no, that we're working with the bank to make sure that's not a concern.
And one of the other things that I've heard recently is, I want to change. Here's one. I bought the $9.98 to hold the spot, and now I realize that I want to give that spot to somebody else, and the system won't let me change the name in there or the credit card. Is that something that we can actually have in a sort of I'm sure it's been discussed, but I'll let you touch on that a little bit.
So we're not encouraging moving accounts around or changing numbers, just because that causes.
Hey, Ben, 1 second. I'm going to mute all again and then unmute yourself, okay? Just so we can get rid of that buzz. Go ahead. Unmute yourself. You have to unmute yourself again, Ben. Sorry.
That buzzing was my phone. I had an incoming call.
Okay, sorry.
Yeah, so I'm going to have to hop off here in just a little bit because I do need to call that person back. That
No
was
problem.
actually related stuff.
But the biggest thing is about not encouraging movement of accounts around and changing names. We have this kind of protection for the corporate side, but there are certain situations that'll be allowed. And how do they go about that? Is that a procedure we've started talking about, how they're going to, do they go in particular to Carrie, yourself, or some of the other folks that have just been hired? What's your thought on that?
Like, moves need to be approved by Dave.
Okay. So it's all that Dave does, because I've had people come to me and ask me, I can't do it, folks. I have no way of doing that. It's not my wheelhouse.
Yes, and so moving somebody around in the tree is a lot of manual work for the IT team and the accounts team, because with the tree structure, it's, because it affects everybody in their down and up line. So it's not something that's very easy or quick to do. So outside exceptional.
Yeah.
Go ahead, Don.
No, I was just gonna say, all we would ask all of you to understand what Ben just said. It's not easy for them to do, and it would have to be extenuating circumstances. that you're willing to be patient, because it doesn't happen instantly. It's not a push of a button. It's connected to too many things. And so there has to be things that are checked to make sure that it's not going to affect somebody in a negative way, maybe put them out of rank or something. And then it's a spillover of bad things that could happen. So we're sticking to our guns here, Ben, is what you're saying. Moves are
Well,
not something we're just going to let happen.
And it's not just something where it's that the corporate team doesn't want to do the work. It's that we need to review that move in detail to make sure it won't affect anybody's commissions. Because as you mentioned, sometimes
Sorry, Ben, you broke up there.
Can affect other members of that structure. So
Yeah. Ben, you're breaking up. You're breaking up. But I think the message is loud and clear to everybody. Just everybody that's on screen right now that is visually there, please give me a thumbs up. You understand what Ben is saying. It's important for you all to know that corporate is there to help you, but they can't do miracles of moving people, and that doesn't happen overnight. So please don't expect it. It's important for you to understand that. So Ben, I know you got another call you got to get back to. I've got a couple other things I'm going to touch without you on the phone. Needless to say, anything you want to say to the field right now about how excited you guys are on this early, 8 days after we started?
Yeah, I mean, I just want to say thank you all for your wonderful support. We're excited that you all are excited, and we just ask that you bear with us during this launch phase, because we want to have everything 100% ready to go when we fully turn it on in September.
Awesome. Well, Ben, thanks for jumping on here. Appreciate you, my friend, and we'll talk to you, I'm sure, over the next 24 hours, as we always do. Take care.
Will do. Thanks, Don. Bye.
Okay, folks, that's just one of the members there, and 3 more got hired today. There's a multiple group that's in there, picking, packing, sorting, mining, grading, and so on right now. As you understand the grading process, the company's website will have PSA, ISA, Beckett, all these different types of grading items on there. Eventually, we actually plan on having our Collect Direct authentication labels on some of the things we're going to grade. But what the company does is they look at the items, they grade them where they believe with some of the best graders in the industry, and then they send them off to a third party to validate, stamp it. And then those cards done by those companies, you could go to that website of that company, type in that number if you're into the card side of our business, and that card's data will show up on their website, so you know exactly how they graded it. It's all validation, okay? So with that said, let me just cover a couple more housekeeping things for all of you. Those of you that are actually going on our Facebook group and making a comment like it's not this or it's not that, folks, we're not a wholesale company. We're a company that is an opportunity-driven company with so many products that we get to point, click, and share. Not any of you could physically have the millions and millions and millions of items that Dave has that he's loading on this website. So please understand that if anybody comes into our world and wants to hurt any one of us by saying something that's negative about a product or a price, it's not what we're all about. We are all about giving fair value, yes, but we're also paying out a commission on every item that moves through the system. So it's not fair for anybody to say anything about any item in particular. I'm only doing that to give you guys a little housekeeping on something like if you see something for $40 and somewhere else you found it for $80, very few people would say, wow, I got it for 40 when it was 80. But if you had it for $40 and you saw it for 30, the naysayers would say $30, well, it's too expensive. That's not our business. Our business is to find the right price point to work for our system and bring value to all of you over a period of point clicking and sharing years. Okay, so I want to cover that. Next housekeeping point before I get to some of the slides I wanted to share with all of you is we are setting up for a regional event in Sioux Falls sometime in late October, mid-November. More to come on that as Dave finalizes it. And then March of 2024 or April, there'll be our first major convention. That's being planned now. And again, the date, location will be given exactly as soon as we can. But I just want to give you 2 normal kind of stages of building that we're all looking at for this incredible company. Now, with that, let me just share my screen a little bit. But before I do that, there are so many on here that just received their packages. And I'm assuring that some of you probably want to come off mute and just share your excitement, what you found when you open it up. So just let's do that right now. So if you got your package, go ahead and come off mute and just share what you think so far and what your excitement is. I see your hand up already. Go ahead. Unmute yourself.
There we go. So that's my exciting video on your page
There you go.
that you posted today. I was so excited. And when I started going through them, I found one of the Beanie Babies on eBay for $2,500.
Oh my God.
And another one of my Beanie Babies in my package is on eBay for $1,000.
Come on.
I'm not kidding. I swear. I'm like
Dave,
freaking out.
what are you doing? You're giving away.
I'm
He
freaking
promised
out.
that though. You remember?
I know.
He promised. He said, look, we're not going to sort this. We're just going to, you are part of this company that's got this collectible vision and we're sharing it. So good on you. Congratulations.
I'm so happy to, go through them all and inventory my own stuff and then get out there and try to resell them because
So you
you
know
know-
what she's saying is Beanie Babies was a good choice for you, but others are
Yes.
find the same thing. Somebody else maybe come off. Thank you for sharing. Thanks for your video. It was fun to see.
I love you guys. Even though I haven't met you, I love you all.
Oh, that's exciting. Go
Hey,
ahead. Let's see somebody else.
Don, can I ask you a quick question?
Sure.
On a couple of the packs, they don't have images like
Yes.
the Legos and
None.
stuff. Any
Pokemon-
reason?
Yeah, Pokemon. No. Again, through our transition of adjustments from the April, May, and June plans to what we decided in July to what we did in August, we
Yeah.
dropped the ball on a couple of images. Yes, that's fine. You guys are all part of our planning in August to set up. So by the time we get to September, we promise you the images will be there. I can tell you that Pokemon, you get 1,000 Pokemon items. That's what I know.
Great.
And the image will come. I know in the Lego, it's 2,500 assorted Legos. My son actually went on eBay and started looking at what that would be valued at. And he said, Dad, that's a good deal. So there's lots of good value in this stuff, but we're not going to have anybody say we're overpriced or anything like that. That's not this business. We need you all to understand that those folks that are like that may have their own collectible store and they may be thinking something a little different that they would do with our products, which is maybe buy them at wholesale. That's not our model. Our model is to point, click, and share all the retail items so that we all can share and earn commissions and then share it amongst our team building. Hope I answered your question. Pictures will come on the other 5 packages that aren't there. Okay. Who else?
Yeah, thank you very much. And I think I'm going with Legos.
good for
I
you.
read an article that said Legos are better investment than gold.
Yeah, good for you. Legos is my son's favorite. He's 24 and he has a massive Lego collection.
And
Good
especially if we're reselling, it seems like it makes sense. So
It does make sense.
Thank
who
you.
had a different package other than Beanie Babies today that got in?
yeah,
Anybody?
thanks.
Yeah, you're welcome. Anybody on here tonight got another one? Come off mute. Go ahead. Once, twice.
Don, this is Joe.
Yes, Joe, how you doing?
Good. Say I did football and I got mine today and I had a couple of people that I had signed up that were at work with me and I brought it into work because I had to go get it from the postman. And these 2 guys were waiting until September to order. And I said, I got this thing here. He goes, well, let's open it. I said, no, I'm not going to open it now. And I'm goofing with him. And finally we opened it. And the one guy's like, no, I'm ordering this right now. So he went right and put his order in and he ordered he ordered a 279 football and he just had a kid. So he wants to start putting things away. And he seen there was a ISG Tom Brady card in there that was a 10. And he's like, oh, he goes, I'm ordering this right now. And then he's looking at older packs of football cards that came in there. There was probably 15 different loose packs of football cards that were unopened from 87 up to 92. And this guy was born in 92. And he's like, all right, let's open it. I said, I'm not opening it. And he's giving me a hard time. And I was like, oh, well, I'm not opening it. So, but
Listen.
yeah, that stimulated him to actually buy the buy. He went and bought one of the starter packs,
Joe, folks probably don't even know this. You're Dave's brother and you had to buy your own pack, didn't you?
Oh yeah. There's no nepotism here. I'll tell you what. That me and him talk every single morning from like 6:20 in the morning till right when I go into work, right about 7. And he's up at 3 o'clock.
Tell everybody just a quick little story of this little Dave Jordan and what you remember about him growing up.
Yeah, he's my older brother. He's not my big brother because I'm twice his size. But we used to, we played in the sandbox together. We went to school, everything, So we've been, everything he did, I did. He was like I said, 3 years older than me. We hung out all the time, and he, I mean, it's fantastic what he's done here. Like I said, he's collected cards since, like I said, I think it was probably 1977, 78. I come from a large family with 14 kids, and my older brothers and sisters all collected things. My father collected things, which kind of stimulated us to collect things, you know. And my dad always thought that was a good way to keep the kids out of trouble. Didn't work with some of us. Wink, wink, nod, nod. But you know, that you know, most of the time it was all for good. And yeah, like I said, the man's got one gear, and it is just go. I can't keep up with him. I'm his counterbalance all the time, because I have to tell him, say, dude, you got to calm down. You got to relax. You need to take a break. You need to, you know, because he'll keep going until he's works himself. I mean, and I told him, I said, you got to take a break. Got to take a break, you know. And I'm always giving him crap, you know, like we do back and forth as brothers should. But he, yeah, he's all in on this thing like nothing I've ever seen. It's a lot of fun. But yeah, he wouldn't give me the pack. I'm not allowed to get one of the bonus cards or anything. And I, you know, as we joked about in the last thing, I said, that's fine, you know, because it is a nepotism thing. So yeah, of course, I'm not gonna get the Michael Jordan rookie or whatever, you know, that could possibly show up after buying one of the packs, you know.
Well,
But
you never
he-
know. Holiday season might come, and your brother might help you out. But we'll leave it at that.
Yeah,
So-
he's been great. So that's not even the point. Like I said, he's a go-getter, you know.
Well, Joe, thanks you for jumping on. I know this is something you're not normally doing, but you know what? You're passionate here as well. Looking
Oh,
forward
yeah.
to meeting you in person eventually. I know we've talked lots on the phone.
Don, we're gonna have fun, Don. I can guarantee you that.
I appreciate you.
All
So,
right, you
folks,
bet. You guys have
listen,
a good one.
was there one more person I heard somebody say they got baseball today or something else that wanted to quickly say something before I jump on to a little
Real
go ahead.
quick, I'd like to say that, hey, Joe, it sounds like Dave's your best friend, and that's awesome.
Well, we'll leave it at that. I think they were fighting when they were kids. Never mind. I just leave it at that. Thanks, Robert.
No, we're good. Yeah, we are great. So
Okay, folks, that's a nice little start up here. Just a couple other little tidbits for you. You know, the sample pack that we're ordering today is a price point of $278, which gives you the products that are going to that package. You just heard what somebody got in their Beanie Baby. There's no guarantee you're going to knock it out of the park. It's random in a lot of ways. Those open packs, there could be something inside there that is worth more than the pack. We don't know. It's no guarantee. It could be worth pennies. But the fun thing is, that's the way our box breaks will work when we go on podcasts for the lead generation down the road. We're going to actually have Dave opening up potentially 1952 tops packages, of which he actually has a number of. And he's planning on doing that live when we go to Vegas eventually here, with some celebrities next to him, and we expect millions to view this. Okay, so get ready for the traffic that Dave's going to generate for all of you from his collection. He's giving away over $10,000 worth of value to everybody randomly, and it will go up as the sample packages go up. So will the amount that he's planning on giving away September 15th. That will be what we call a redemption certificate. You'll get a package with his book. I posted the picture of it. I've read the book. It just shows his passion through and through. And inside that book will be randomly a free graded item. But there is 6 that you have pictures of on the Facebook page. And one of them is in the $1,000 and multi-$1,000 range. Folks, somebody's going to get that. Once again, that's Dave's gift to this group that's buying these sample packages in the month of August. I'm not telling you should do that. We always say get in where you fit in. But if you choose to do that, you're in for a chance to get one of those incredible gifts in the middle of September. Okay, so we've covered a little bit. We've had some corporate guests on here. I want to jump on to the nature of the call tonight, which is a little bit of an overview on the comp plan. Once again, a little summary for all of you. Some of you can then at the end of this have some questions, I'm sure. So let me just jump over to this page here real quick. Bear with me here as I get off here and go to the slideshow, and I get rid of this little box right here, and I'm over here now, and we're gonna pull that over to this. Let me see if we went through this last week. I'm very bad at this stuff, so hang on a second here. I'm almost gonna get really good at this, and before you know it. So slideshow, we're gonna go from, oh, where'd you go? Slideshow from the beginning, and here we go, play from the start. So I just want to show you all one of our corporate videos. Again, all 6 videos are now available for all of you to look at and share. So here you go.
Welcome to Collect Direct. Are you ready to connect your past to your future? For over 40 years, Collect Direct has collected thousands of unique items, from sports memorabilia, comic books, toys, coins, stamps, and much more. The world of collectibles is massive today, and they all have a value of some sort. And now this collection is available to the public to not only purchase, but an opportunity for you to cash in on rewards when others purchase items from our collection. From our website, you'll be able to type in and search for an item to connect you to your past. Maybe it's Bozo the Clown, or Gumby, or your favorite hockey player. You'll be able to find those memorabilia pieces on our website. The beautiful thing is you'll be able to point, click, and share them with other people too. It all starts with our $9.98 membership plan. You'll select the categories you are interested in, then you can point, click, and share the item with others. If they choose to participate, they can join your team. It's like operating a retail store out of your home, your computer, and phone. Share the website with others, and if they purchase an item, you get paid. Retail rewards range from $5 to $200. This is a 24-hour, 7-day-a-week business where you can share hundreds of thousands of products. So don't miss out on those items from your past and start sharing today.
That video is called Welcome to Collect Direct. The next one is a little different.
Well,
Of course, that's not the next one. This is the next one.
welcome to Collect Direct.
Shoot. Typical Don Carson. Hang on. I'm trying to move it down here. I got to make this smaller for this to work. Let me get down to this one. There you go. Let me just go back here. Play from that slide. Where's that slide? Right there. Slide. Let's play it. This is the second version that just came back live today.
You have a choice. Do you want to be a customer and just buy great collectibles at great prices off of our website? Or do you want to be a member that can share your own link and earn retail rewards when others make a purchase? At Collect Direct, we have warehouses full of over 40 years of collectibles throughout the United States. Everything from hockey, baseball, basketball, NASCAR, Beanie Babies, Barbie dolls, and much more. So if you just want to be a customer from the website, you'll choose which categories you are interested in. Search for the items and pick which ones you want to add to your shopping cart. The best part is you'll be getting the products you want that connect you to your past. It's that simple. For those who want to join as a member and have the potential to earn commissions, it's an annual fee of $9.98 to join. This lets you take advantage of retail rewards based on the package you pick. Store these collectibles in a safe place and imagine how their worth could grow over time. Once registered with a username and password, you'll be given a unique link you can share with others. We call it point, click, share. Once someone purchases something using your link, you get paid. All items ship directly to the customer. So you're looking for a great return out of the gate on the packages you're going to get. The key to this is to get in where you fit in with the amount of products you want and the categories you like, and either choose to be a customer or a member. If you decide to be a member, we'll teach you all about the collectible side of this business so that you can earn some money. And our compensation plan can work even while you sleep. Let's get started.
Okay, so folks, one of the best things that I can share with you right now is that we're live. But what we're not live on is our shopping cart for individuals to pick what they want. That's going to come live September 1st as we load more and more items onto our website. I want to walk you through, if I can, a few of the pieces of the puzzle right now, just to make sure that you can see this. Nobody said you can't. Before I go into it, somebody just come off mute and say, yes, we can see this.
Yes, I see it.
Perfect. Thank you, Steffi. Thank you. Okay, folks, collectdirect.com. This is what you see. Now, a couple of things about this. we discovered, as we told you all, we're all in this together in the first part of August till the end of August, there may be a few things we've got to rectify. One thing we've noticed is if you copy your link in your back office, once you're an actual member, paid member, that link is an HTTP link and it will attach your username to it if you send that out to a brand new person. But for those of you that send out www.collectdirect.com/your username, that one has not been embedding your username and you've had to have that person put it in manually. That's just a bit of housekeeping to let you know it's being worked on and rectified. Currently, I would use the link that you have in your back office if you're planning to share it with somebody new with the HTTP. Okay, first thing I want to share. Now, the other question is, how do I get into the system if I've actually got a spot in the tree from our early bird section? Well, what we've done is we've given you a sign up location. The sign up is to find you in our system. What I would recommend in this example is, once again, whoever your enroller was, see if you can find out what their username is. Because when you go into the sign up section, you're going to see this screen. Oh, where did you go here? Where did you go? How come you just disappeared? I don't understand how you just disappeared. Where did you go? Nancy, this is a mystery. That's unbelievable. There you go. Please tell me you can still see that. I don't know how that happened.
Yeah, it's back.
Okay, folks, this is what you'll see once you get to the sign in section. So let me go back. When you see this, okay, and you see this one, this little area here is what you click on. You're not actually going in with an email and a password because you've never set that up yet. So you need to go to the sign up. Even though you already are in our system, go to the sign up. When you get to the sign up section, now you're going to embed your information. This is where you're going to have to put your sponsor's information. But again, very important. What was the name you used when you went into our free system? What was your username? What was you have no password, so you'll be able to set that up, right? And your email. Make sure if you can to find out from your enroller or from myself, what first and last name and username and email did you set up with? And we'll do our best to get you folks into the system over the next coming weeks before the end of August when we've got that contest going, okay? And your referrer's email or your referrer's username. Very important for you all to understand that, you know, this is a work in progress, but it's really working well. It really is. Now, some of you are still glitching. We're going to get worked on to make sure we can help you. So once you get your system, you're going to start seeing this. Now, if you're ready to order, now this again, if you're ready to order, you'll either, number one, I agree to pay the annual $9.98. And that might be all you want to do. Well, and you could not click this to red. If you click this to red like I did here, that means the $279.98 will go into the shopping cart and it'll add an additional $9.98 so that you can move forward, okay? So you've got to select this one if you want to order your sample package. Once you've selected it, turned it red, you'll go to the next screen. The next screen will show you the 12 options you have currently. Now, folks, don't forget that when we get to the point where we're opening up our shopping cart, Dave's plan is to continue to offer sample packages with random treasures in there, right? He really is, because it's such a fun thing for many of you to do. But currently, this is all we have to offer you for the next 3 weeks in August before we launch our actual full retail site. And again, $9.98 is something that you have to understand gives you your collectdirect.com website, but it will also give you a collectdirectretail.com website when it's available that you attach your username to. Plus, we have collectdirectmagazine.com that all of you have access to now. Eventually, you'll be able to attach your username to that, and then an app that's coming. With that said, I see a hand up. It might be on something I've particularly said so far. So go ahead, Saren, come off mute and ask me the question.
So it's a little bit of what you touched on. I've already got a ticket in for this person, and I understand it might take some time. I have someone who tried to sign up. They did, and now they can't get back in because, like, even though they've changed their password,
Okay.
and they would like to buy their package, but they're just kind of afraid they won't be able to or won't be able to hold their spot.
Okay. So, Saren, can you send me the information on that person? Two things that could go wrong. One, we've discovered that if you're out of country and you're trying to do it in another country, the system will not allow you to do it for fraud protection. So if they're in the United States and they're We're going to be putting in a United States order. It will work. The second thing is their first and last name and the way their name is written on the account, the exact same as the credit card. That's another thing we're going to resolve at some point. But right now, that's the way it has to be. If you reach out to me, I have the ability currently to help with that. Not everything. I can't do everything, but I can do some of that in the short month of August to help you with you guys. So D Carson at excitedcollector.com. You sent me their ID number, their first and last name, and you're willing to spend a bit of time with me getting back to you, I can help you. So if I don't see the support ticket because I'm not looking at them anymore, I will try to help you before the support ticket gets solved, and then we'll eliminate the support ticket. Is that fair?
Definitely. Oh, that's awesome. I have one more sort of additional to that
Sure.
is if they don't have a credit card, could I let them use mine because they're a friend of mine? Or would that be unaccepted probably?
Yeah, so that's another part of our fraud protection. No, we're not allowing multiple credit card transactions from the same credit card. But what I would say is there's nothing stopping anybody to go into your local, wherever it is, and getting a Visa debit with the money they put on there and use that as their card for the transactions. That's what I would recommend
So just their name has to match it.
Yes, but make sure the name has to match whatever their account. And if you have to change, the name of the account, we could take care of that short term. It's the credit cards we can't change yet that Ben mentioned. They're working on right now to allow that certain limitations to that being changed. So again, protecting from fraud. Okay.
Okay, thanks.
Good. Shane, I see your hand up. Go ahead. It must be pertinent to this.
Yes, sir. Just had a question on the credit card. When we originally started, I had to put in 2 different cards to finally get both things situated, and now I wanted to delete one of the cards and it's not allowing me to do that. Is that going to be a common thing where it's going to keep those 2 cards, or should I submit a ticket for that?
Yeah, you're going to want to submit a ticket. They are aware of that right now, and that's part of the things they're working on right now with the merchant supplier and the credit card companies. I believe that will get rectified because listen, I got a new card. I want to put it in there. My card got stolen. I got a fraud. I got to put a new card in. Individuals should have the ability to do that within reason, and the company understands that. They're just working through those early August, baby steps to get that rectified, Shane.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, perfect. Okay, so folks, notice the little plus sign on each one of these. This is what that one person said before the call tonight, that behind these plus signs, some of them don't show the images, right? And he was wondering if that could be changed. I will tell you that we're going to add the rest of them on. There's 5 missing right now. You've heard a couple of them people already say, wow, what they got. They couldn't believe it. Dave's not here to take your $279 and not give you something you're going to go, wow, trust me. He is a giver. So right now, the pictures look something like this. Let me just show you an example. So behind the plus sign on football, this is what shows up. And you'll notice on the bottom, it says, while quantities last, something of equal will be added or subtracted or included randomly. Don't hold to exactly as you see, but you already heard tonight, whoever got football, they got a Tom Brady 10 ISA graded card. That person, by the way, could go on ISA's website, type in the serial number on that card and see how that was graded by ISA. It will tell you that, just so you know, food for thought. But that's what's behind the plus sign, okay? On, I believe, 7 of them. 5 of them don't have it for various reasons, just a transition to this, but they are coming, okay? So going back to that screen, you get to select one. When you select one, you get it highlighted in red, and then you move to the next phase of the shopping cart, which is going to say, where do we send your collectible treasures? Then, of course, at this point, you're putting your information in there. You still haven't put any credit card information, right? You've selected something, you've put in where you want it to go, and it'll give you to the next phase, which is, okay, let's enter your payment, right? And so it will ask you, though, is it the same shipping address as credit card? Because it's important for the credit card address to be exactly where the credit card statement goes. So please recognize that when you're entering your information. And if it is a different shipping address, you will have to let the system know that. Then you add the payment section. Go ahead, Sid. I see your hand up.
Somebody was asking who I signed up. She bought one package. If she wants to get like the Beanie Baby package, she'll have to wait to get the second package.
Well, you know what? I think that's listen, one of the things that we wanted to do is make sure that it was fair. And the only thing is that if you buy another one with your credit card in your system there, and I don't even know if the system will let you do it yet, but I believe that'll be fully available to you in September.
Okay.
So, and Dave's buying more, but listen, I can tell you that he bought another major collection today for all of us, right? He's not stopping. This guy is, and he's got major industry dealers calling him every day saying, Dave, what are you doing? How do I get involved? And Dave said, I don't need you involved. I own all this stuff, but they want to bring their collections to him. So it's exciting, folks. It's so exciting what's happening here. And, you know, Robert, your hand's up now. Go ahead. Come off mute. I mean, did I answer your question? Did I'm not sure I could say, go back and buy another. You could try, and he might do it. But I know he won't pay a second fast start to whoever your enroller is.
Right.
Members
I'll
don't
let them
get it
know to
once.
try it.
Yeah,
I'll let them know to try it. Great. Thank you
they
so
could
much.
try it. They could, sure. Go ahead. Robert, go ahead.
On the first, I went in and, you know, paid my $279 plus my $998 or whatever. But I didn't have to go through all that. So I'm assuming that that's been changed and I'm still good.
Yeah, you're fine. You're fine. You're in the system. What I'm showing you
Okay.
now is all of the rectifying that's happened since you might have done yours, right? Lots of good progress being made to make this perfect come September 1st, when multiple transactions are going to happen from each of your websites as a result of you point clicking and sharing to the folks that you know are going to want what we have in this website, which is thousands and thousands of historical pieces and beautiful memorabilia that they're going to love to have forever in their own time capsule. So, Robert, I think you'll see the system is getting better and better and better every day.
Oh, it's definitely looking tip top.
Awesome. Thanks, my friend. Okay, so folks, so enter your payment into the system, and you're ready to move on to, you know, understanding the comp plan. So I want to touch on this because I didn't do a very good job last week, and I want to record it. And you guys, again, keep putting your hands up if you've got questions on every page so that we can dig in a little bit as a team here. And remember, it is a team effort. 8 bonuses. This last one right here is a monthly performance bonus based on customer sales. So not just membership additions. This company is based on interaction of customers off our website. Yes, we pay you for your member purchases and your customer purchases, but we want to have an incentive for you to continually drive customer interaction. And there is a performance bonus that'll be designed specifically for that, that'll come out very much in our very first regional event. Gives us a chance to analyze the data really carefully throughout August and September, and Dave can make a decision on what that's going to look like. But there is 8 bonuses, and the way they work is a retail sale and a fast start reward. Let me touch on those really quickly, okay? When we talk about a retail sale, that's the one that will show up when your Collect Direct retail website is available. The data then can be stored in which customer bought something. And we gave you sample sizes here from 29 up to 549. Folks, I can tell you that Dave is I've been on a couple of these with his corporate developers. He's planning on having $1 million items on the front of this website. In fact, I heard him say $100 million of things. And there are people that don't even believe what this man has, and they've seen it. And those will all have the potential for you to earn some form of retail reward. It won't be at the same percentage at some of these smaller items, but it will definitely be a reward of some sort, okay? So the way to look at this program, though, is to really look at this line right here, okay? This is the key for you to advance in our rank. And rank is about earning more potential on the organizations you set up. It's called QV, qualifying volume. You'll notice that this number is higher than this number. You'll notice that this number is the same as this number. What does that mean? Well, if you're paid 5 BV for that item that came or added up to that, could be a $2.98 item that somebody bought 10 of that added up to $29.98. It would be 5 BV. You'd make $5. But the QV would be 20 going into your left or your right leg. It's the same for your membership, but the difference is a member has 5 BV on the first order. But if a member comes back and buys something else, the BV goes to 10, which means you don't get the $5. Why does it go to 10? Because your team building is part of what your goal is when your members are buying product every month, okay? Your qualifying volume, though, stays the same as it did first or second order. So that's important for you to recognize. Now you start thinking about 2 teams, left and right. Whoever you have that brought you in, ask them what team did you join of theirs. Was it your right team or was it your left team? if it was your left team, their left team, you should start and think like, okay, I want to build 2 teams. This is your choice. By the way, you don't have to build 2 teams. You could just share your website, and if somebody buys something, you get paid. If somebody says, I just want to spend $9.98 and get a website, can they make money? Yes. Every purchase of their retail customers will pay them a retail reward. Now, is that the most duplicatable team building thing you should do? Of course not. But again, it's your business. Why do I say of course not? Because people will do what you do. So if you say, I bought a $2.79 sample of goods, you hold up a Beanie Baby that's suddenly worth $2,000. Man, lucky you, that person that said that. Awesome. That's duplicatable. And we want volume to generate. We want retail customers to come on board. And the best story is your story in your words. Look at what I got. Just like Joe said, he opened up the box. Wow, I'm buying one tonight. I see you got a Tom Brady. Those stories will go viral. And the best marketing you could do is your stories in your words. Remember that. That's the key. So I want you to think 2 teams, but you do not have to build 2 teams. If you're planning on building a team, here's the key. Try to bring your first couple of members that you want to bring in, brothers, sisters, whoever, to the same leg you joined on. Contribute to that team that you came in on before you start building what you might call as your own personal team that you're going to build. And more information will come on that and our videos and so on. It's a dual team build if you choose to do that, okay? So as I go forward into the next slide, people will ask all the time, well, what happens if one of my teams is bigger than my other team? It doesn't flush. All of that volume, what's called business volume, will not go away. And understand that the volume of 5 BV from that little $29 item makes up part of that 100 maybe on your left leg, if you read that, and pay maybe part of the 200 on your other leg. You're accumulating volume to get to what's called a cycle. And a cycle in volume pays you $20, right? So think about the team effort if you want. But again, it's your choice. It's your business. So as you're building, you also get what's called unilevel pay on every purchase from your customers and your members. So you get a fast start or a retail reward, and you get unilevel pay. So I can give you an example on somebody buying a $274 a sample package. Somebody that sponsors you made $50 US on that, but they also made $6.25 because they made 5% on level 1, and this is some sample order examples just to show you. 5% on level 1 of that is rated at 125, what we call unilevel BV from that, okay? And that amounts to $6.25. So your enroller that you bought the $2.79, if they're building a dual team, if they're building some structure, they're making actually $56.25 on that sale. Now, what happens when you start having your team member bring in a team member and they bought a $2.79 sample package? Again, this is just sample order sizes. That's not what we're doing come September. Every one of you can sell a $20 item, a $5 item, and some form of volume, some form of first order ULBV will be here in our system. You don't have to worry about that. You'll get your percentage of that. So a second level is 4%. What would be 4% of 5 of 125? It's $5. And again, that goes on and on until your team grows to 7 levels in this example, if you've rank qualified. So it's a non-flushing plan that saves there until you start earning money. And you can earn up to 7 levels if you qualify for these ranks. How do you qualify for those ranks? Well, the important thing for you to remember is the QV number, okay? So if I'm a superstar collector, which for my explanation tonight, I'd like to share this thought with all of you. Those of you that in the month of August position yourself currently because you chose to with a 279 package of goods, which was worth 200 QV, and somebody followed suit and bought that on your left and somebody bought it on your right, well, that would be 200 on your left and 200 on your right. Well, what we say here is it's a minimum qualifying volume on your lesser team leg, which means both legs have to have a minimum of whatever this number is. So that means to be a superstar collector, you need 400 qualifying volume on your left and 400 qualifying volume on your right. You know what that comes from? 2 of our sample packages on your left team and 2 of our sample packages on your right team. Now, if you did that right now, for some of us who did that already, because that's what we chose to do, you would be a superstar collector qualified right now till the end of September. And that has some advantages in what pays you ongoing. This number is your contribution. And what's important for you to understand is that it's not just sign up and make money. This is about building a team or helping people make money by helping them understand how to build a team and coach them, or don't. It's your choice. You could just make money off of the retail rewards if that's what you want to do off of our shopping cart. But this 100 is your contribution. What that means is that you have a minimum of 1 or on the left and 1 on the right that you've put into the team. And if you contribute a minimum of 100 of the volume from the team members that you brought in, who brought in team members because they're connected, you'd be qualified as a superstar. That's the way you qualify. To move up the rank, let me just say this. Few changes coming down the pipe that you'll see on the comp plan in your back office over the next couple of days. We say you need 3 superstar collectors to be a diamond. Well, you also need 15,000 in QV on the left and the right. How many is that? If you did the math, 15,000 divided by 200 would be 75 of those sample packs. Well, I'm not saying that's what anybody should do and that anybody's ever going to do that. That doesn't matter. But it's a contribution of everybody's volume below you on the left and the right, regardless of who sponsored them. QV comes from the team on the left and the team on the right, not just your personal volume team. So PV is your personal connected team people that bought something and their personally connected person bought something. That's the difference between PV and QV. The detail of this will be more explained as we get our videos into our back office, but I wanted to go to this one here because you'll start seeing this right now. It says you need 3 superstars and 1 diamond. That's not the truth. What you need to understand is that everybody starts at 0 as a rank. As you move up from your accumulated volume of your team, you advance in rank. Nobody can buy a rank in Collect Direct. You have to earn it. So as the volume moves up, you slowly move up. So as your new people move up to a superstar, that qualifies one of your superstars. You can't buy a superstar. You have to earn it. Now, what happens to one of those superstars that actually keeps moving up the ladder and becomes a diamond? Well, that means to be double diamond, you would just need 2 superstars and 1 diamond. And all of your superstars do not have to maintain those ranks. You're grandfathered in those ones. But your diamonds have to maintain their diamond rank. That's our largest positions. So just know that when it says 3 and 1, it's not the truth. We're changing this. It's going to be 2 and a diamond. When you get to triple diamond, it's 1 superstar and 2 diamonds. When you get to blue diamond, it's no superstars, right? It would just be 3 diamonds. It's going to be easier for you to understand. The one last thing you'll notice that's going away is this left and right thing, because we don't need to explain that to you because we have this number right here. We are telling you that you have to have a minimum in your 2 legs. So we're already saying for you to be a superstar collector, you need to have 100 BV or PV in your 1 leg, right? So this is actually going away. We don't need that. And so you're having 2 contributions to both legs, and that's how you build your genealogy. So I'd like, if anybody has a question right now on any of these slides, to dig into it before I open it up for further questions. Anybody got a question? Or can I turn this off and we'll just open it up to some other questions that you might have? No? Good. Happy with that. Okay, and this recording will get posted. Okay, guys, ladies and gentlemen, we're at exactly 1 hour right now, and I still see we've got a good majority of you here. Is there anybody that wants to ask a question now specifically about how things are going and some of the positive things you're experiencing before we turn our Zoom off for the night and post it? Go ahead. Questions and answers.
I have a quick question for clarity. The clarity is, I purchased sample pack 279, all of that, and you were talking about that bonus, and there's some cards up there on the website that we're showing. Everybody's gonna get something of that nature, but 6 people are gonna get one of those cards. Is that correct?
That is correct. Yes, that is correct.
Okay, good.
So
I just
he is
wanted to
giving a graded card to everybody as a bonus that buys the sample order in the month of August. You know,
That's
I would say to all, and that's why I can say to you right now, it's over 10,000. He's already calculated his estimated value. The more people that buy sample packs, he's guaranteeing you all to get something with his book. It's going to go up.
Oh, that's awesome. That is just, I mean, wow. And I dabbled in collectibles just a little bit through the years. I am so excited about this, man. It is incredible. I
That's
love it.
awesome. That's
Thank
awesome.
you.
You're welcome. Jackie, go ahead. Your hand's up.
Just a quick question, Don, for the individual items when we do have the customer program launched, is there going to be a BV attached to each one that we know when somebody purchases an item that we know what that business volume is that's attached to it?
It will not be on the shopping cart, I don't believe, Jackie. I don't think so, but that is a very good ask that I need to run by Ben and the coders to see if that's possible to be added to the shopping cart.
That would be great, because then we'll be able to understand what we need to, what we're
I
accumulating.
can tell you this, Jackie, every item has that information behind the picture because Dave is loading every item with that data. How much retail reward is, how much unilevel bonus will be, how much BV is there, how much QV is there. It is loaded there. I'm just not sure that that information is going to be visible and where it shows up. I'll find that out for you before September 1st.
Thank you so much, Dave, for everything that you're doing.
Oh yeah, he'll be watching this in the morning smiling. I know he will. Okay, go ahead. Who's got the next question?
This Dave from Cincinnati.
Hi, Dave.
I just wanted to ask, I have an individual who was signed in and he couldn't get in, so he went ahead and re-signed in another spot. I heard this mentioned earlier. What I was thinking, couldn't he just possibly activate both spots and provide that other spot for a family member?
If it was a different credit card, yes, he could. He could.
Switch anybody around.
Yeah, he could do that. You'd have to put a different credit card in there. I would say at some point by September on, there'll be enough customer service help to be able to answer that quickly. Right now, we're still in the setup phase of our coding by the coders. And I would suggest I'll help you as best I can, David. If you send me something, I'll dig in for you as best I can. If I can't do it, I'll be honest with you. I'll say I can't help you. I'll try.
Okay, no worries, thanks. And awesome job. Awesome. I'm sorry. I can't sleep either. So.
Good for you. That's fun. It's nice to be a kid in a candy store again, right? Sarah, and I see your hand up again. Go ahead.
Hey, I was actually just wondering what the hold spots are if they're on your account, but you didn't make them. Like I've got one that's got a name attached to it, and then one that just says hold spot.
Okay, so there's a potential that when you had somebody go in and get changed to another spot, that hold spot, if it's connected to you, if it actually is you as the enroller, did you notice that?
I'm not the greatest with computers, honestly.
Okay, so if you want to reach out to me and if I get the time, I can quickly look. If it is connected to you, yes, you could populate that with somebody else.
I don't know what a hold spot is, so.
A hold spot, if it's not connected to you, is either going to go away and get purged out because it was entered wrong, and it will go away eventually.
Oh, okay, cool.
Yeah.
Okay, you guys are doing an amazing job. Thank you so much.
Thanks, Darren. Thank you so much. The corporate team is they're working 24/7. I just love it. Yeah.
Yeah, that's awesome.
Anybody else? Go right ahead. I see Buck Harvey. Go ahead, Buck.
Sorry, I had to unmute, Don. Question. With the previous company, we could have more than one account, like a spouse or a child at the same address. We could also choose whether they want, like my spouse could be my customer at the same address, or I could have a child at the same address. All right, my question I'm leading up to is, how many different accounts are we allowed to have at the same address? And I know I'm aware that we've got to have different credit card for each person, and the names have got to match that particular person. If I understand that right.
What I would say though, in today's world is that there are a lot more of the teenager kids that are 20, 21 and so on and older. They're going to be living at home longer, and they want to build this too. And so for that reason, yes, there is some leeway there, but the multiple credit card use for different transactions is not being done, Buck. But I would say if it's somebody that's living in that home and that's where their driver's license address is and everything, then they will be allowed to do that legitimately. The question is, how many are we going to encourage anybody to buy? The answer is get in where you fit in. We're never going to tell you to overbuy anything. Dave's philosophy is we don't want anybody to spend too much money. We want you to do what you're comfortable with. And that's the value of Collect Direct. It's not about trying to get rid of this stuff. It's about helping people have fun with it and enjoy it. So, Buck, I would say your answer to your question is, I think you're good. If that driver's license is the same address and that person's 18 years old or over, legitimately that's possible. It's just that your credit card can't be used on multiple accounts.
Okay. Thanks, Don.
Yeah. And if I'm wrong there, I will post that quickly tomorrow, but I believe that is the philosophy that Dave wants to adhere to. It's supposed to be one account per person, right? But if it's a multiple person home, then why not at that point? Because their address and their driver's license proves it. Okay, go ahead. Anybody else? Sarah, did you put your hand up again, or am I turning that off? I think you didn't take, okay. Perfect.
Hey, Don, it's Chauncey in Texas.
Yes, Chauncey.
Hey, quick question. Do you know when we will get, I think you said at one point it would be collectdirectretail.com/our username, but do you know when we will get our retail site? Will we have it prior to September 1 so we can get marketing collateral ready to be out there?
I can tell you right now, you can work on marketing collateral because it's collectdirectretail.com / not backslash, /
Okay.
/ I think of it tilting from, when I'm looking at it, and you guys will see it backwards on your screen, from I'm holding my finger on the left hand and it tilts to the right hand, like up there. That's what I think of, / okay?
Awesome. Thank you so much.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Welcome to Collect Direct, by the way. Anybody else? I know Dave is probably going to be sending out an email to folks just thanking them. I'll just leave it at that, but I can tell you that, you know, with what he's doing right now, this man is on a mission to load the shopping cart up beyond belief. And Barbies, by the way, have just been recently added to the shopping cart, which is kind of neat because the Barbie movie is doing so well. There is a Beanie Baby movie coming out, by the way, which is kind of neat. So we're in the right space, folks. It's kind of interesting. And I would just say congratulations to all of you for being here with us. Any more questions? I'm here to answer. Other than that, I see hands up all the time. So go ahead. One more. Yeah.
The question a couple back with the kids living at the house and stuff made me think, have we looked at basically being able to will our account? If you build a big team, can you pass that on to your children?
Yeah, no, for sure. You're bang on. I mean, this is something that is legitimate, willable sort of entity. It's your property, and there are policies to protect you on that. I would say more of that will be shared in the next little while. But for sure, your real estate is your real estate, and you can transfer that, and it will be done through legal, but it will be done in a way that it makes sure that it goes to the right person as well. So more to come on that, I would believe, in the next little while. But yes, that is something that you'll want to have in your know for willing it if you're planning on planning for a will or estate or something like that, for sure. Yeah. I see a hand up with no name. Go ahead, iPhone guest.
Hi, I'm Sarah.
Hi, Sarah.
I'm really excited about this, but I have some questions because I'm not a collector.
Sure. Are you a gift?
I am wondering,
Can I ask you, Sarah, are you
how you tap into a client base without knowing the industry?
So first thing I would do, Sarah, is I would go to collectdirectmagazine.com and read about the industry. collectdirectmagazine.com and read about the industry. Then I would probably consider watching that Golden series on Netflix to learn about the industry and how powerful this industry is. After that, the question I ask everybody is, are you a gift giver? Do you ever buy gifts for anybody? And if you understand this question that I've been asking myself over and over again, what do you get the person that's got everything? Or what do you give your senior grandmother or grandfather that's maybe staying in a home every year for that holiday season that you know would put a smile on their face? Is it another piece of clothes? Is it a new shoe? Is it a belt? Or what if you could find something that would bring them back to their past and hand that to them and let them set it on their nightstand? Do you think that would put a smile on their face? Our client base, Sarah, is the world. Our client base is everybody that has got a history. My son said, I wish I could have talked to my great grandmother before she passed on and just ask her what it was like to go through this, that, and the other thing of her history. There's so much in this history that's an emotional connection. And once you get your head around that, this opportunity is bigger than you probably even understand. That's the way I'm approaching this. So I'm constantly, if somebody says, I'm not a collector, I always say, do you ever give anybody a gift? And they say, well, of course. Well, go check a look at this site and imagine anybody you know that might want anything you see here, and then consider what that might do when you know that everything that gets purchased on here, you make a little bit of money off. It just opens their eyes.
Be a collector of money. Be a collector of money.
I love it.
Yeah, you could be a collector of money. That's a good point. Thanks, Eric. Awesome.
So my father is a Beatles fan, so I'm gonna grab up all of the Beatles memorabilia.
There you go. There you go.
On my site.
I think he's got some LPs coming in there. Anybody else got a question you want to pop on off mute?
Thank you.
Yes.
Hey, Don, quick question on the magazine. We each get our own site so if they click on the bottom there, club membership, join now, then it would go to us, because I see that if I go to collectdirectmagazine.com, there is there, but
yeah, currently it tells you who told you, who sent you there, and that will get to the point where it goes to you. But we are adding a username to that. It's being all worked on.
Great. And by the way, Nancy may want to do a collection of hats that somebody can invest in too, right?
I know it's funny. My mind's been wandering, but I got enough businesses right now. I don't need to get Guys, I know everybody's excited. It's been an incredible 8 days, 9 days. I think the launch has gone fantastic. Anybody you see say anything that they don't believe that it's going fantastic, there's enough people that get on these Zooms that I can tell you it's going fantastic. It's pretty wild. And nobody tends to leave until they hear a little bit more, because the best stuff always happens at the end. So let me just say, I challenge all of you to be here 12 months from now and just use your imagination what it was like August 1st, 2023 to what it's going to be like August 1st, 2024. I see this company being an absolutely storybook for all of us to tell our future kids down the road, or our kids' kids one day. So guys, I think I'm going to sign off. I don't think anybody's got any more questions. You guys are amazing. Let me just shut the recording off, and we'll see you all next Wednesday. I'll post everything I can every time I see it, folks. Thanks everyone.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, Don.
Good night.